Last time on Superman Shazam First Thunder.
And now, the conclusion. Trust me, that's more interesting and much better of a story than this. But seriously, this series pretty much ended last issue, except for a subplot that Judd Winnick put in there for God knows why, just so he could pad this to 4 issues. Let's see if it pays off. I'm betting not.
First page of the comic opens up to yet another scene that we didn't leave off with. First it was Savannah and Luther's time of a meeting in issue 2, then it was Eclipso's origin in issue 3, and now we get a scene of Clark Kent and Lois Lane doing the old "let's watch Lois be dumb for not realizing Clark is Superman" dance. Lois points out the coincidence of Clark being in Fawcett City at the same time as Superman. While normally that would be a sound argument, it's important to remember that she's bought the same idea for 60 plus years. Clark Kent finally had to show her he was Superman in order for her to finally get it.
Lois notices 2 and 3 and Clark deflects, step and turn.
You can't scam me.
Wanna bet?
You don't fool me, Kent. You play the part of the Rube, but you're a lot slicker than that. Come on, Kent, out with it. Why in the world would you ever be in Fawcett City all of a sudden?
Logical question, dip and up, asphalt answer, left and spin.
I told you I was visiting a friend. What friend? You met him once and spent all of a day together in the mountains. Just because you two fought a group of monsters, cultists, and demons, it doesn't make you BFFs. We turn to Savannah's office, where his assistant is expressing doubts about his boss trying to murder a child. Sir, I must say, this course of action is severe, even for you.
The slaying of a child? I am doing no more than God Almighty has done. Instead of sending the angel of death to slaughter the firstborn, I am dispatching a highly trained tactical force to gun down a small boy.
How is that even remotely similar? Yes, God in the Bible ordered the deaths of children during the book of Exodus. But that was after Pharaoh had refused to release the Israelites, despite him and his entire kingdom being plagued with rivers of blood, skin diseases, famine, and frogs falling out of the sky.
This jackhole is sending trained killers to assassinate not just Billy Batson, but consequently his best friend, Scott Cooper, remember that name, all because the kid's adult-sized alter ego cost him millions of dollars in an insurance scam. That's not even apples and oranges. That's vodka and battery acid. One builds up to killing you, when the other just wastes no time and ganks ya.
Savannah's assistant asks him what if he's wrong about Billy being Captain Marvel.
Then I've murdered an innocent child. I'll get over it.
No, more like you'll get the electric chair.
We finally get back to where we left off. Seriously, what is up with the tangential openings? Billy and Scott spot the Goon Squad. Billy says the magic word and starts going to town on the mercs. Whoa, they're wearing body armor. These guys look like pros. Not really, since pros would probably have wondered why they're deploying an entire squad for one little kid.
Does Judd Winnick really expect me to believe that not even one of them would go, excuse me, I know we normally don't ask, but, why are we wearing body armor and carrying heavy artillery and trying to kill a 12-year-old? No, seriously.
Even a couple of the mercs' reactions looked like they were shocked to find that this kid was who they were sent to kill. Following that logic, if Savannah didn't tell them that they were going after a kid, but a superpowered man who could level skyscraper-sized robots, why would they accept? knowing that any provisions given them would most likely fail. But if he did tell them, how come some of them didn't just go, "I'm out. Sorry, not wasting kids. I don't care how much you pay me." Sweet Christmas, this makes no sense. Anyway, Captain Marvel makes short work of the mercenaries, literally slapping them around. He goes to check on Scott when he finds that Scott has been Sonny Corleone-owned.
Oh no! The character we're supposed to care about because he's pretty much Billy's only friend! Rule 1 in superhero training, kiddo. When the innocent civilian's in danger, do not engage the enemy. Protect the civilian! The wisdom of Solomon should have at least have him figure that out, or at least tell him.
Next page over, we see two doctors chatting for about 2 panels of filler. Why? We finally see Captain Marvel bring Scott in, but it's too late. The doctors can't save him, especially since he was pretty much Swiss cheese when Captain Marvel got him there. At the police station, we see the police are interrogating one of the mercs. "We found your half-conscious butt," and, oh wait, that was supposed to be butt with 2 T's.
You couldn't even be bothered to have this spell checked? And you are a highly paid comic book writer? Really?
I mean, look at this. There's even a comma between the but and the word and, not to mention the rest of the sentence is a jumbled mess. Let me read it along in its entirety. "We found your half-conscious butt, comma, and your hitman buddies in the subway, comma," another misplaced comma, "surrounded by witnesses that say you tried to gun down Captain Marvel and that kid."
Of course, they also said that another kid was present and that lightning struck him and he turned into Captain Marvel, so make of that what you will.
"Prints all over your busted-up weapons. You're done." Despite trying to get him to name Savannah, the cops know he won't spill. "This guy doesn't exist. No records, no prints. He's a top-tier murder-for-hire spook." How do you know he's top-tier if there's no record? Plus, it's clear the cops are BSing him, since the crime scene, which would have been clearly compromised by Captain Marvel removing the body from the scene, would have had to have been processed in absolute record time to not only uncover and analyze fingerprints, but document shell casings, bullet trajectories, as well as taking statements from the witnesses. Suddenly, Captain Marvel bursts into the police station. The cops try to stop him, telling him to let them do their job.
You mean lying out of your asses and coming up with bupkis?
Captain Marvel, oh hell, let's just call this what it is. Billy Batson on steroids smashes a table, grabs the goon, face plants him, and demands to know who hired him. The cops pull out their guns, threatening to shoot him. Yeah, pull out weapons that'll have absolutely no effect on him whatsoever. Brilliant. Billy on steroids says that he'll crush the goon's head, drag his lifeless body to the cell where his crew is, and then they'll tell him. Needless to say, the guy squeals. Back at Savannah's office, we see him grumbling drunkenly at his mercenaries for failing their mission.
I should have just sent a chimpanzee on roller skates with 30 pounds of C4 strapped to his back.
Order now and get your own Kablooey the Suicide Bombing Chimpanzee for 3 installments of $99.99. Guaranteed success or your money back.
Savannah looks out the window to see an irate Billy in Marvel's clothing. He rears back and punches a window, which somehow knocks out every single window on the floor. Unless that window is by some miracle strong enough to carry the impact of the blow into the surrounding structures, there's no way that can be physically possible. If he had the thunderclap, that would at least be enough force to spread out and take out the glass, as well as provide a concussive force. Anyway, Billy the near-homicidal maniac grabs Savannah and threatens to kill him. "I'm trying to find a reason to let you live, but I can't."
Well, while there's your arrest, your trial, as well as your execution for murdering an old man, a evil mad scientist / industrialist old man who murders children, but hey, good luck proving that in court, since the confession you tortured out of the thug is pretty much useless.
And here we come to the moment of truth. Will Billy kill Savannah in revenge for Scott's death? Of course not. 1, because he's not a killer, and 2, because the plot says so. We now transition to Lois and Clark back in Metropolis.
Kent, I thought you hit the hay early. Getting rested for some early chores?
In China, actually, dealing with a monsoon.
This dance is late and important. Please stop. This dance has come too long.
Lois boasts she's about to scoop him on Captain Billy Madison's rampage last night. She spills that she has a contact inside the Fawcett PD who gave an account for the Hootenanny. Superman finds I'm not a boy but not yet a man at the place where they had their first mandate. He's about to go WTF on Captain Marvel, but finds he's been bawling his eyes out. Superman, apparently not knowing how to handle grown men crying, asks if he's okay. Billy, in 20 years, says he can't believe he's gone. Who's gone? Scott Oakham.
This is why I asked you to remember Scott's last name. Billy's friend's last name, as established in the very first issue, was Scott Cooper. Cooper! Not Oakham! So not only did he not spell check or grammar check his story, but Judd Winnick didn't even have the good sense to remember a character's name? Especially since that character's death would be integral in tying up the subplot that made a 4-issue miniseries instead of 3 issues?
While Superman tries to reassure him, Captain Marvel laments they were after him and they shot Scott, and how he got his best friend killed. Superman gives a proper should I be hearing this look? Captain Marvel says he'll show him what he means.
No! 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 No!
Duh, he says Shazam, and the lightning strikes, revealing Billy Batson. Superman gives kind of a weird look. It's not really so much shock as it is curiosity. Superman asks, "Who did this to you?"
The haircut? Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, you mean the whole lightning thing? Well, it started with me getting on a subway train with a stranger to see an old man in long flowing robes, and this is just not helping, is it?
Cut to the Rock of Eternity, where Superman verbally bitch slaps the wizard Shazam. "What have you done?" "I followed the path. What have you done?"
You do realize you're in my house, right? And I'm a very old and powerful wizard. Note the key word, wizard. I could turn you into hemorrhoids on Bill O'Reilly's ass if I choose to, and there isn't a thing you could do to stop me. Just saying.
Superman, looking like he's about to train a Lamaze class here, says that Billy's life should be about school, playing with friends, and going to bed at night, not being in fear of their life from assassins. Shazam says that it was Billy's fate. "Do not talk to me about fate."
I mean, I'm already a Christ and Moses analog. Now you want to throw predestination into the mix?
Superman lectures Shazam about how it's wrong for a boy to have the weight of the world on his shoulders. Shazam remarks that Billy is indeed a boy who can use guidance. Well, isn't that what you're there for, Ian McKellen? We cut to Clark Kent standing outside a condemned building and walks past bums to find Billy all alone on a tattered mattress. "Hi."
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. Would you please sit down here for a second?
"Are you from social services?" "No." And Clark starts to remove his shirt to expose his costume and secret identity to Billy. And the last page of the comic shows Superman sitting on the mattress with Billy telling him, "My real name is Clark." And at the bottom is a caption, "The end of the beginning."
Or the end is the beginning is the end? Or is it the beginning is the end of the beginning? This series sucks. The story is dumb and chronologically incoherent. The plot holes are hugantic, and the character development of Captain Marvel and Savannah are cardboard at best. Superman's character is very bland, but for somebody who got top billing, the story didn't really involve him all that much. It was more about Billy Batson and Captain Marvel, and really should have been Shazam First Thunder with special guest star Superman. And as a Captain Marvel fan, I find this series to be complete disservice to a great character. Now, if you want a better interpretation, check out Jerry Ordway's Power of Shazam or Jeff Smith's Shazam and the Monster Society of Evil. My verdict? No way!